Karla. Hello, Karla.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Just one second. I want to close my door here. My goodness. Well, this is an absolute pleasure to speak with you today. What can I say?
Thank you as well. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, my
I'm
pleasure.
very excited.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So, The Woman Tells. Interesting title.
Yes.
Tell me, I guess my first question would be what inspires you to write this book?
I have always had an interest in different behaviors when it comes to relationships, things and issues that go on. I have like a numerous amount of friends that could fight in me. And I mean, I just have just this wealth of knowledge and overabundance of information about it. And when trying to decide what I was going to write on, I was going back and forth with would I write on my life story or would I write on something that's fun and a topic that everyone could, everyone like and everyone, can have an opinion in. So I chose The Woman Tells because we're telling about relationships.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And this goes, beyond the topics of, relationships, it's like strong love as well, right?
Yes, yes, definitely strong love, that interconnection, that just that whole bond that two people have together is unique and when you find it, it's nothing like it. So yes, relationships, The Woman Tells.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Just getting my questions here. One second. Okay. Let's see. Second. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. All righty. Oh, awesome. I can make the screen a little bit smaller. Now I can definitely. Okay. Okay. I guess the first the second question would be the woman tells based on a real life experience.
Yes, the entire novel, I would say, is based on real life situations, issues, concerns, relationships. It is based on it. Is it based on my personal, all of it? No, not at all. I'm probably the least amount in there. However, I did when writing the book, I took the liberty to interview couples. I'm always around different couples. I mean, we go to dinner, everything. I mean, you're around a lot of people, and just from years of experience and relationships that I've seen, that I've interacted in, or whatever, it is definitely a lot of real life things that happen, and I think that it makes it more unique and it makes it more real when you're able to. Although I have a vivid imagination, you probably may have read that in the press release that I do have a real good imagination. However, more of my imagination was put towards the intimacy parts that's in the book. But yes, I would say yes. It is based on a lot of life things.
Oh, that's awesome. What is the main takeaway from the story told?
The main takeaway I would say is when you have two people that's in a relationship, no matter what happens within the relationship, everyone has accountability. Everyone has a responsibility as well. And nothing happens without, I say that it takes two people, and you have to, the biggest takeaway, I would say, you have to ask yourself, what is it that I contributed to this situation, this scenario, this circumstance to cause the outcome to be the way that it is? So accountability and responsibility would be the biggest takeaway, is that always look at yourself first before pointing a finger to see what it is that, what role you played in the scenario or the outcome.
Oh, absolutely. And if I may say, it takes two people to make a relationship work, not just one. There has to be trust from the male part of it, and also the female part of it.
Absolutely. Yes, totally agree. I agree. I talk about in my, I want to say this is I go through different things in the book, but I know in my press release specifically, it's pointed out that I just really feel like relationship, there are like 5 things that you need in a relationship for it to operate appropriately, or for people to be comfortable. And those things are, uh, you need support, you need honor, you need to respect each other, you need that loyalty, you need, and I think I said support, you need trust, like you just said. And the biggest thing is that code. And when I talk about code, it's just merely the principles and the rules and the morals and the standards and expectations that you set for your relationship, your operating guidelines that you should not cross, or these are things that you talk about as a couple, and this is, how I want to be treated, how you want to be treated, and you respect and you honor that. And if you're not like going, if you don't have an understanding, and you haven't spoken about the things that could be very well be a deal breaker in your relationship, that's where I think you get into muddy waters, and you get a lot of surprises, and in turn could possibly end your relationship. A lot of things should be communicated, I say, up front, but those are some of the 5 things or 4 things that I say is very important to a relationship operating very positively.
Oh, absolutely. And if you feel sometime in the relationship where I don't think things are going directly in the respectful way here, and I need to basically talk to this person, or I need to just cut all ties off.
Yes. Well, is that a question?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's it's part of part of like a question there. Like, is there a time in a relationship where if things are not going respectfully in the respectful direction, there does come a time where you have to say, well, I don't think this is the right person for me, or whatnot.
Yes.
Does this book actually tell that as
Well,
well?
it does come to it does, not to give anything away, the woman tells,
Oh, definitely not.
does it the characters in here, they all tell their side of the story. They all, you get to go inside of their head, and inside of their mind, to see what actually made you make the choices that you did. And back to what you were saying, if a person is not respecting you, they're not honoring you, and just some of the things that I've like thrown out there, I would say at some point you have to make a decision, or you would be miserable, living miserable. If a person is not willing to respect you and honor you and do the things that it takes to have a successful relationship, I guess my question to you would be, why would you want to stay? Why would you want to experience that discomfort, or that, abuse in a relationship? However, sometimes people can not respect you or disrespect you, shall I say, without knowing. That's why I think it's very key and very important that in every phase of the relationship, including the beginning, you are communicating what your deal breakers are, are your expectations for this relationship. It could be, you could have on your mind that, oh, this is a prospect for marriage. And that person could just be saying, to themselves that this is just someone I just want to be a friend with, or, friends with benefits. I don't know, whatever you're going to title it. That's why communication is very key throughout the relationship. And then some of those things that would turn you off or would cause you to feel disrespected or not respected, the person that you're interacting and that you're in a relationship with, they understand that up front. And then when they cross that line, they they know that they did. And whatever decision you make, be it to stay, try to work it out through counseling or whatever else, or whatever decision that you make, then they should, understand that, because you communicated that. The gray area comes in when they're unaware, and you want to give them the benefit of the doubt that possibly maybe they just, that's the way they are, and they just are not sensitive to people's feelings.
Oh,
So
absolutely. And
that's
I've
my
been in
take on that.
relationships. I mean, I'm in one now that's going absolutely, awesome, tremendous. I mean, the one who I'm in a relationship now treats me like the way I want to be treated. But I've had relationships. I'm not going to say any names because I like to keep that confidential. But I will say the only reason why I kept holding on to that relationship because I thought there would have been maybe perhaps a miracle where that person would change their ways. And
Mhm.
what I learned, Karla, through that was nobody can change you. Only you have to be able to change yourself.
I agree. I totally agree. And you have to want to change.
Oh,
Sometimes maybe you don't want to change.
exactly. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you like the way you are, and if another person is not fitting, is not willing to accept you the way you are, then at that point I would say it is time to part ways, because
Yeah.
I don't like the way you are and you like the way you are, and we're not meshing here. So this is not a relationship made in heaven. We probably should part.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
with the
And what's the old saying? There's
yes,
no marriage made in heaven.
yes. Yeah, but the woman tells it. Yeah, it starts off basically. It's about a couple.
Mhm.
They run into some issues. They get into some issues. The husband decide to, bring someone else into relationship. The wife is, she's like, okay, I know that he's doing this. She can't, it's not anything that she can really prove up front, when it first starts off. And then she decides, no, okay, you're doing it, I might as well. And she brings someone into the relationship. So therefore you have the wife, you have the husband, you have the other woman, you have the other guy, and then in the novel I sneak in a baby mama. So you got to have a baby mama in there, some extracurricular activities. So and each one of these characters do tell their story. I don't name them. A lot of people have asked me if I gave the characters names. Absolutely not. I wanted to just write it where it's just freelancing, and just them telling their story. And I think the way that I write it, you don't even really pay attention to. They don't have names in there. It's just you're reading about their behaviors, and just different things that they're doing. And I gotta say, the biggest thing is that I'm really excited about for people to read, is that I do have several intimacy scenes in there, several intimate scenes. And for those who have read it already, said, "Oh my goodness, you kind of want a little bit of 50 Shades of Grey." So yeah, you get the heartache going, you get the stepping out, you get a little bit of several different type of things going on in the novel, and I think that you will enjoy it
Wow.
throughout.
Well, definitely. And by the way, I will only say one thing. I have seen the movie 50 Shades of Grey. Not that we're going to get into that topic, mind you, but I'll just say, yes, I've seen it. Now, Karla, my next question is explain how Black
Yeah.
love is such a powerful force between two people of color. I mean, that's a very interesting question. And just before you answer that question, I just want to say I respect people for who they are, whether they're races or nationality or whatnot. And I do highly respect you as a person.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very
And
welcome.
definitely, Jack. I'm very respectful to everyone. Let me say, I'm not taking anything away from any other races, whatever. I think when you find love, however you find it, and whenever you find it, I wish you well, and God bless you.
Oh,
The thing that I wanted with this, and the novel is just not based off of Black love. That is just something that is the characters are an African American couple. However, and I spoke towards what's going on here with Black love. I want to say the reason why I say that is because when you can identify, have a lot of things that you identify with your background, your upbringing, your, let's say, your ancestral lineage that I talk about, your spirituality, religion, music. When you are with someone, and just take, for instance, you're on a date, and you're just talking about just basic things and laughing about things, you can connect and say, oh, you know what? Yeah, my grandmother used to do that as well. You know, did you guys have Sunday dinner too? And the more uh, a likeness that you have, I think that that helps to have that connection with the relationship. And I can only speak from a point or a situation that I know about. I'm an African American woman, so I can only speak from the standpoint of an African American woman. And once again, I will say I have dated interracially, great people. My family is probably made up of the United Nations. It's a lot of interracial marriages in my family. However, I chose to speak on this one and just to go a little bit deeper and just to talk about the connection.
Wow. Amazing. Very, 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 very amazing. What can I say? I mean, that is definitely good stuff. Um, what's
Yeah.
next after the book is available to the public? And I'm assuming this book right now, the woman tells, is available on Amazon and all, great platforms.
Yes, it's available on Amazon, like you said. It's also available on my website, which is thewomantells.com. And I invite everyone to go to my website. And here's why. Let me tell you. I do have a 30-second clip that two of my friends that are an actor and an actress, they actually helped me out, and they have a 30-second clip on there where they're kind of acting out a portion of my book, and it kind of gives you the gist of what's going on. And I've gotten so much feedback. It's like really juicy, and they get into this little, I'm not going to spill the beans. I want you to go, on the website and take a look at that. And I also have a free sneak peek download on there. It's about 16 pages. I released a sneak peek last year, and to just kind of give people, you get the curiosity going about what is this novel going to be about. So with all that said, just go to the website, thewomantells.com. There are several different things that are on there that I think that you will enjoy, that will encourage you to buy one of the books or the novels. It will be available on ebook probably in the next couple weeks or whatever, or a week or two. And I'm also available on the Black Shopping Network. The book is available there. So there are like 3 places where you can find it.
Wow.
And I invite you to please take a pic.
Definitely. I definitely appreciate that. And I'm sure that when the people listen to this, they're going to appreciate this as well. So I guess what made you want to be an author?
I developed a love for writing once I'm an entrepreneur now, but I was in corporate for over 20 something years. And I had the opportunity to work on a project where I wrote a training manual for a department. And with that, I got the opportunity to work with editors, publishing houses, trying to get everything done. And I took a love for it at that point. And I always said I was going to write a novel myself. That went on my bucket list at that point. It was just a matter of deciding what I would write on. And as you can see, I decided to write The Woman Tells about relationships.
Wow.
So,
what can I say? It was the best movie you ever made. I mean, that this book is going to be selling, and I'm sure it is selling now as we speak.
Yes, it is available for pre-sale. It should be in hand hopefully within the next week, where it's, as you buy it, it gets sent out. But we are still taking the orders, and it is selling. So
wow,
hopefully everyone that's listening will join and buy a book.
Well, definitely. And I can't end this conversation today without thanking Angelo for setting this up. Angelo and Kevin for setting this up. I think Kevin would be your publicist, right?
Angelo is my publicist. Kevin and Angelo worked, yes.
They're together.
Double exposure.
Yep.
Yeah, they work together. Yeah.
In contact with Angelo all the time. Very, very fine gentleman. And I saw a little bit of biography on him. And to make I'm here to talk to you today, but just to add a little small thanks to Angelo, because that man works very hard for what he does, and he does not give up.
Yes, very professional, and he knows what he's doing. Very, very intelligent. Very, he knows what to do. So I am very happy with him.
Oh, me too.
Yes.
Me too. And I highly appreciate Angelo for what he does and what he tries to do. And he's a very busy man. I mean, we're what can I say? We're in connection so well that when I call, he doesn't even say hello. He just says, "Hi, Jack," and then he knows it's me. So
That is
that's
wonderful.
good communication. Well, anyways, Karla, I want to thank you so much for taking time to speak to me today, and also big thanks to Angelo for setting this up and introduced me to you. I think once I heard about it, I jumped on the opportunity to speak with you on behalf of your book. And I want to thank
Yes.
you today for taking time to speak to me and tell me your experience on the book and how it came to be about. God bless you.
Uh-huh.
Please keep yourself safe. And if you have another book coming out at some point, I'd love to do another one with you sometime.
Thank you. Thank you. And I love to do that. Um, can I just say one more thing?
Sure, you can.
I just like to, once again, my website is thewomantells.com. You can purchase the book there, Amazon as well. And then you can follow me on all of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at The Woman Tells, at The Woman Tells. Thank you so
Awesome.
much, Jack, for this opportunity.
My pleasure, Karla. Keep yourself safe. And thank you once again. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.